Okay. Now we're going to Bartosz. Okay. Very, very, very interesting. I have to tell you, Bartosz came kind of from camera side, really, and from television, and I have to tell you, like, you know, his aesthetic was not really in cinema. He wasn't kind of, you know, a cinema type of aesthetic guy, right? But then, you know, somehow, you know, through this you know, whole training program, he completely evolved into you know, like okay. Let me just show you this. I think you have to. The reason why I'm saying this as well is because you have to understand from what angle I'm coming from and what maybe my expectation was, what his work is going to look like. Like I would probably imagine Bartosz going to do some sort of documentary or something like that, and then he submits this work. Okay, so let me kind of, you know, take you through this. So I need to just go in my view and say single page. Okay, great. All right. After a tragic accident, a young man awakens disoriented and alone in a forest. It soon becomes clear that he has entered an unreal realm, a space suspended somewhere between life and death. Interesting. We have this kind of theme this semester. It was like, I think, you know, with Robin as well, you know, stuff. Drawn forward by a force he cannot understand, he begins to walk as if he pulled towards something. And he begins to, crossing fields and open landscapes, he slowly approaches the destination of his journey, a final encounter with a mysterious presence guiding him, and so on. Very interesting. It's a mystery, shot on LUMIX, Panasonic, and he graded it also in JP-Log 2. Really interesting. Okay, so let's go. So the film is divided into 4 parts: the forest, the meadow, the field of grain, and the higher forest. Each section has its own distinct atmosphere. Interesting. Oh, sorry. The final image pipeline is consolidated through tone mapping in the ODT stage using ONOD by Seno 9 of ARI. In addition, each segment is developed in individual show light. Okay, so he does 4 show lights. Interesting. So these are these inspirations. Again, you know, you probably see, like, you know, every finalist we had so far has used references that are unusual. You know what I mean? Like they're you know, they're inventing. They're not using the traditional kind of big cinema names, you know, for their inspiration. They're really digging into the alternatives. You know, I love this. I absolutely love this. Look at it. You know, and look at these looks. Look at this. This shot on Panasonic, unbelievable, actually. On the LUMIX camera. Unbelievable. You know, sometimes I have to pinch myself and go like, you know, really? Is this really? No wonder there's no one working in Hollywood. If people can shoot stuff like this with a Panasonic camera, you know, unbelievable. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at this kind of how brave he is with these windows. I mean, you know, again, probably the subject of this mysterious offers itself for him to go and push it, and he definitely takes it as an opportunity. He's not, you know, afraid. And this is a surprise for me, you know, because normally kind of people who come from this kind of safe medium like TV and where everything's done kind of by the book and by the rule and stuff, don't necessarily do this. Oh my God, look at that. Look at this kind of, you know, how heavy he is on windows. You know, look at the grads everywhere. You know, look at this. Beautiful. And then look, I mean, I have to tell you guys, this is like a art piece, you know, it's not like a short. And then he moves into the higher force. And you know, wow, you're like, what is this? Is there any more obvious and better way of telling audience that we are now in a different realm. Look how the switch he's making. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow, what a film. And the textures, and the detail, the close-ups, unbelievable. And then you look at the 709. I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, you see this shot here for me was like, look, this shot lives on window. The way how he closed and how he really, look at the eye, look at this eye and look at this eye. This shot was invented in grading, it didn't exist. This is LUMIX camera, this is not a LUMIX camera, this is a feature film, right? Wow. Wow. Again, the smoothest possible tone curve you can see. Look. Here has like a little click. This way that gets the highlight from it. Wow. Wow. Bartosz, you're definitely the biggest surprise of the master's program. I really think so. I have never, you know what, if you had asked me, how his assignment's gonna look like, I'd be like, not like this, not like this. Definitely not like this. Unbelievable. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous work, Bartosz. Really, really, really love it. Really well done. Okay, so let me see, did I miss anybody else? So Bartosz, I have now, Jakob, I've seen it, Helder, we've seen, Rodrigo, we've seen, and now